Good evening, people. Welcome to Reaching Out with Eddie. But the title of today's show is Enough is Enough. And folks, enough is enough. And I'm going to explain that. But before I get started, Dice, I wanted to ask how you and your family coping from you losing your first cousin. We didn't have our show last week because of that, Dice.
I'm good, man. Just like anybody else, my family's been going through it, and I appreciate everybody who reached out and gave me their condolences and everything. Yeah, sad for me, but that's life.
I understand that. Thank you, and welcome back, Dice. And again, folks, I want to send my condolences out to the Rand Walker Brassfield family. That's Bubba. Y'all know Miss Bubba. Ron Brassfield, man, he succumbed to COVID a day or so ago. And I just want to send my condolences to that family. And also Marie Franklin, her mother-in-law, passed. So for Robert and Marie, I want to send my condolences to you. And I know it's hard at this particular time, especially for him and for both of you, because I know how close you all are. And so again, my condolences to you. And finally, I want to send my condolences out to the Tucker family. Levon Tucker's son, that was his son that was killed by a drive-by, folks. And that's the reason why I say enough is enough. Now, folks, I got to say this, is that, first, is there anything you want to say, Dice?
No, I just, my condolences to all the families as well. Of course, everybody know me and Bubba was super tight. I walked in Walmart yesterday and a lady stopped me and she say, "Do you know I thought I just saw a ghost? You look so much like Bubba." And I get that a lot, but just my condolences to everybody, the little boy's family, everybody, and Miss Franklin.
Yeah, and how you doing, Richard?
Pretty good.
Anything you want to say, Richard?
I just want to say we need to focus on the goals that was needed in the city and stick to the right thing, justice and the goals that we're after.
That's right. And folks, I got to say this, is that, I ran for office, and I ran for office not to be important, but to make a difference. And I say that to say this, is that some of you out there that's going to watch this podcast and maybe watching this podcast did not vote for me. Now, I'm going to say that now if you did not vote for me because you thought that I would not be a viable candidate, then you did the right thing. If you thought that Dwayne Davis would make a better candidate, I'm going to say you got it right. Now, if I was going to go by past history, then, but I just got to say this, is that some of you did not vote for me because you don't like me. You say things about me that you can't validate. You say things about me that you may have heard someone say. And so I want to say this. You do not have to like me, and I don't have to like you. But right now we got a problem. But we cannot like what's going on in this community. We got to come together. We got to set aside our differences. Put our likes out there. Take our feelings off our sleeve. Take our feelings out of it. That's the only way we're going to be able to come up with a viable solution to this problem that we have in this community with young folks killing each other, with other folks killing. I want to say my condolences to the Mitchell family, too. I think they call him G-Money. This here is my grandson's second cousin. And so, again, folks, look, all I can say, put the guns away, put the violence away. Now, I reached out to some people, but I want to say this, is that they're going to have a meeting soon, and I'm not at liberty to talk about it, but they're going to have a meeting soon. And I want to say this to Pastor Alfred. She's bringing this meeting together, and she's bringing, I'm hearing about 20 of the pastors on board with this, 2 of the city council individuals. I don't know whether it's the 2 males or the 2 females that are on board with this meeting, and I think it's necessary. The Democratic Party, Ted Reynolds, also is going to be there, and I'm going to be there. And we need for you to be, no, it's by invitation, but what some of you know the leaders of the different gangs here, and I know their names, and I'm not going to call their names out, but I would like for you to have them to reach out to me on Facebook or through this channel here, because they are invited. We want the leaders of the different gangs out here, especially the Crips, the BDs, and all of them, the different factions of the Crips, whether it's rolling 60s or 40s or whatever you call yourselves. We want you to come to that meeting, because now is the time for you to put your gun down. If there's a problem, let's come down and sit at the table and solve that problem. We can no longer kill each other. Once Levon Tucker, even G-Man, once a life is taken, you cannot give that life back. But once innocent people, such as a 5-year-old child, never had an opportunity to live life, Wow, man, we got to sit down and do something different. Driving by and shooting at somebody's house is just the wrong thing to do. Because almost always, in every instances, it's not the guilty person or the person that you're trying to hurt that end up getting hurt. It's always the innocent blood that spills. And so at some point of time, I'm military. We don't fire a gun unless we know where the stop target is. You understand what I'm saying? We don't shoot up in the air. We don't shoot in the ground. We don't shoot in the wall. We shoot at a target that we're aiming at. We got to have a stop target otherwise. And I think police officers are trained the same way, that they have a stop target. When they pull their pistol, what they hit is what they aim at. And so I'm not talking about let's get guns and make sure we shoot who we're shooting. What I'm saying is we need to put those guns down. Anything you want to say on that, Richard?
Well, what I want to say is that what you're saying is very true. We have to learn how to solve our problem based on what we know, facts. When you hear facts about something you know is right, act on that. Don't be acting on a lot of hearsay and what I say or what someone else say. Go on what you know. You don't have to always be angry about something either. You can always make some kind of peace agreement.
And that is so true, people. And I want to say this is the Democratic Party. I want to say this to the Democratic and Ted Reynolds. I have a lot of respect for Ted Reynolds, and I do. And a lot of the members that are members of the Democratic Party and the Executive Committee. But you guys are not implementing the teeth that you have. You're gonna have to start doing that. We're gonna have to keep on and get our young people involved, Richard. And the people that are involved, people that come to the meeting, we got to take political correctness out of it. You know what, folks? It's the people that are upholding the law, with charged with protecting and serving, that are breaking these same laws that are put in place to protect all of us. If a person is in a position of political power, if a person is, say, a police officer or city official, or in some business somewhere, because this person knows someone that's in a position of power and authority to make a difference or not make a difference, this person gets to operate outside of the law. And what I mean by that, they get to do what they want to do. There's no accountability. And I got to say this, Richard, and I got to say this to the Mayor Smith. Mayor Smith, I see that you're trying to come out of the rabbit hole. I see that you have, I'm told that you're going to select Deborah Young to be your chief of police, a black female, military veteran that was a lieutenant with the police department, but hadn't worked there in years. I see that you're going to make Craig Hitt community development coordinator. Wrong choice. I don't understand that. That's not fair to Stephen Redd, who has a degree in this. So you telling me, and then the two council ladies that's going to go along with that, it's something wrong. Dice, Richard, what's wrong with our black women that would not stand by black men? That will not listen to black men, but will follow white men and follow their agenda irregardless of how corrupt it is or how unfair it is. What's wrong with that, Richard? Why do our black women continue to do that?
Sometimes they trying to protect their children, or sometimes they trying to protect whatever they call themselves doing. You got to realize one thing. Do what's right by justice and fairness. If you do that, everything will work just right. But if you don't, you let other people sway your thinking it's not good for them or for this city.
I like what you said with justice and fairness according to the law. And I added that, and that is so true. And I want to say this to all the city council for the city of Meridian. Justice, fairness, and according to the law. Is it really fair if you take Craig Hitt? Craig Hitt was the Kemper County Economic Director for about the last, I don't know. All I know is that 3 years ago that he went up on the rent for Family Dollar, and so Family Dollar could not afford to stay into that building. He has not did any kind of economic development in Kemper County. But he was friends to Jimmy Smith when Jimmy Smith was a supervisor 20-some years ago. But let me tell my story. It may have not been 20 years ago, but it may be close to it. So that's how far back they go. So you're going to get somebody who was, whatever y'all did when y'all was supervisor, you're going to give your friend a job, a white male Republican. So what I'm hearing, and Jimmy Smith, the only way you can be able to do this, if that 3 city council people go along with you to do this. So what I'm hearing that if you're an old white male Republican, then you can ignore their qualifications. If you're a young black, educated, qualified person that's been in the job for 6 years, but you can overlook that. So the governor authority, I'm calling on you now, is that not only is it not fair, let's take color out of it. Let's assume if Craig Hitt was a black man, there's no way you would be bringing him up. Tell me what black person, Jimmy Smith, you have brought up for confirmation that was not qualified to be in the position that you put him in. Come on, tell me now. Do you know of any, Richard?
I don't keep track of all that. I don't think so.
I'm asking you out there in podcast land, tell me one person that Jimmy Smith has brought up that was a black person. Tybell Lindsay, Ramonda Walker. You know y'all would not give Hugh Smith that job because he was not qualified, was not educated. One of the things that you said, Tybell Lindsay, not educated. This man here is qualified, educated, done this before. So what is going on with Craig Hitt and Stephen Redd? It's up to you guys to hold them accountable. Jimmy Smith said he got 3 votes, so that means Jimmy Smith has been violating the Open Meeting Act and have came around and talked to you guys and solicited a vote from you. This is wrong, folks, and it should not be that. Now, I got to say this. We got to stop this. And I got to say this. There's something wrong, Richard, when you have, and I'm going to say this, and Dice, open up the phone line. Send the number across the screen so that people can see it so that they can call in. Richard, George Thomas is a Republican. And he vote for white folks no matter whether they're qualified or not. He don't care. Everything that's going to benefit white people, he vote for it. And so we got 2 city council people. That's Joe Norwood Jr. and Dwayne Davis that are doing a good job. And I want to tell you guys that y'all are. And seem like you guys are by yourself, even though you have 2 Democrats also. So you're going to have the 2 Democratic females going to vote along with George Thomas. George Thomas was right. He was depressed when he said it, because it looked like change was going to come. Because he said, wow, I see how it's going to be, 4-1. And that's a quotation of George Thomas. And that's the way it should be. It should never be 3-2. Not if it's going to be 2 Democrats and a Republican. Which show me on the national level or state level where they're doing that. We have a super majority because we have a Republican House, a Republican governor, a Republican lieutenant governor, a Republican that's the Attorney General. We have a Republican that's the Secretary of State. We have more Republicans in the Senate and more Republicans as representatives in the state of Mississippi. Not just a majority, but a super majority, meaning that the Democrats can stay at home. They still have enough people there to have a quorum and create law. But on a local level, we got 2 Democrats going to lead the Democratic Party and sides with a Republican. There's something wrong with that. Something real serious wrong with that. And I got to say this. If you was going to do that, you should have ran as a Republican. I'm just going to tell the truth. You should have. And it's sad that we had 2 females before, and y'all see where they at. So I'm going to say this to Ramonda Walker and Tybell Lindsay. Y'all might as well think one term. You might as well think one term, because the very people that you're catering to, and you're not being fair to the community. You're not being fair to the community if you give us Craig Hitt. You're not being fair to the community if you give us Deborah Young. I understand Deborah Young is a black female. So you kind of like giving us, you ain't coming out the rabbit hole, you're peeping out of it. You understand what I'm saying? So you're giving us a black female, but you're not giving us the most qualified black female. The most qualified female is Rita Jacks. It ain't nobody more qualified than that. Deborah Young just left the police department. She don't have a lawsuit against the city of Meridian. Rita Jacks does. Take her argument away. See what Jimmy Smith is doing, taking my argument away by, when he first put out his department head, it was all white male Republicans. But now he's coming back with Adams, and I heard a number of good things about him. So that's okay, but I got a serious problem with them. What I don't like is that you're taking the most qualified person that's already on the job and you're not giving him that opportunity, Jimmy. How about we can do better? How about we can come together? Yeah, you can do better, Jimmy, but we can do better if we stand together. No consolidation. Those 2 black ladies that are walking around now, you feeling real important and everything, but you guys got this. Y'all need to have, they have what you call the black, the Congressional Caucus. in the state of Mississippi and in the United States. Y'all need to have a local caucus that's dealing with Democrats so y'all can discuss issues that's affecting the black community. Because we're the one it ain't no white folks that's been affected by drive-by. You have a meeting at your bougie places. I got to talk about this, Richard. I got to talk about this. One of the city council person had a meeting at the 3 Foot Brewery, the great building down, by City Hall. Invitation only. They said it was so many white folks in there, wasn't nowhere to turn around and say, ain't nowhere to where that many white folks voted for this person, but this person is not really listening. And the only thing I'm going to say to this person is that I'm really holding off by being nice to you because of my respect for the people that are in your family. But at some point in time, I'm not going to continue to do this at the detriment or the expense of the black community. I don't care what you think. This is anybody, all of you out there. If you had a Republican opponent, ain't no way in hell a Republican voted for you. There's no way in hell they did. I don't care what kind of lie they told you, what kind of signs. I can't tell you how many times I done put a sign up, but that ain't how I voted. Signs do not vote. I can't even tell you how many people that I talked to said they gonna vote for me, but they did not, because where I'm sitting at, outside of the chamber.
Sure.
Well, look at the fact. There's no way. I wish that we could stand together like Republicans and white folks stand together. They demonstrate to us all the time, hook or crook, they stand together. Right or wrong, they stand together, but we can't do that. We're the ones that busy trying to be politically correct, but it's our children that are getting shot up. It's our houses that are getting shot up. It is our children that are killing and shooting each other up. Council ladies, Jimmy Smith don't give a damn about that. If he did, he'll be putting the most qualified person in these positions. I don't care what color they is. Find me a qualified white person that's going to be chief of police, that's been here for 25 or 26 years, has not left and done did every job at the police department. I don't care what color that person is. Jimmy Smith, find that person. Now, you can't find it, so you go get us a watered-down black person that's not the most qualified, that's not fair to us or this community. It's not going to stop the crime. Crime is not going to stop because your police department is understaffed. The young people you bring in, don't nobody know them on the streets and don't give a damn. You got to bring people like Chris Scott back. Swallow your pride. You got to bring him back. You got to bring Ed Ball back. You got to swallow your pride. You got to give Rita Jackson the authority so she can do what she need to do. Until you do that, this shit gonna keep on happening. Richard, you got anything to say?
I want to say that we don't train our people to do better in your community, the people have to be taught how to do what's right. And those that are in leadership position are to be the ones that are training what's right and what's true. When you train what's right and what's true, it will stick in the people's head. We're not trained for ourselves. We're trained for someone else. And because of that, we are following their patterns for them and not for us. You got to train your peoples what to do and how to do it, and always stick with your goals that you plan and stay with it. That's the key. Your goals, stick with it. Your community, the people.
And you know what? One of the things is that they have always given us things. They give us things, they found a way to take it back or use it for themselves. And what I mean by that, look at this city. This is our city. It's our city. But they found a way of using it for themselves by taking a puppet. They take the puppet master take the puppet. The puppet doesn't do what the puppet wants to do. The puppet master do what the puppet master. The puppet does what the puppet master dictates to it to do. And we got to get away from the puppets, because when you continue to do things at the detriment of the city, and folks, lo and behold, the most embarrassing thing that I've seen this year, last year, and in this century, Tool Belt, was to watch Jimmy Smith, Jimmy Smith and his chief of police get up there. The chief of police, I ain't mean to throw the bird up anybody, but I was just going through my finger signs and it ended up left like that. I don't mean any harm by that. But I want to say this, is that the chief of police, that is really ridiculous. I got to say this to you, Patrick Gale. You are uneducated. You have a speech impediment, and I don't mean to throw a pun at all the people that have disabilities, because handicapped folks need a job too. But I'll be damned if you're going to take the most inarticulate, the most inexperienced and the most uneducated person and put up there to represent this city. That made all of us look bad. It made us look bad. What? Is this the best we can do, Jimmy? You said we can do better. Is this the best you can do? That you are so stuck in your feeling. Damn it, Jimmy, everybody ain't voted for your ass. Rita Jackson got a right to vote for who she wants and put a sign in there. Get your damn feelings out of this shit and make her the chief of police. And send Craig Hitt ass any damn way. He's old enough to get retirement, damn it, let him go home. Folks, Craig Hitt has already told Kemper County he's already turning his resignation for that. He said, I'm finna go down to Meridian, Mississippi and be the community development coordinator and work with my friend Jimmy Smith. What? Folks, that's a direct quotation. How in the hell can they make this kind of decision that ain't went before the council yet? Tybell Lindsay, Ramonda Walker, we are watching you guys. We are watching you guys. Now, I can tell y'all what I was told. Now, y'all need to be careful because there's things an ethics commission. And there's somebody out there watching y'all that will put a complaint on y'all ass and bring charges up against you. That's all of you in a damn minute before you can shake your finger, before you can say 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm telling you now, I'm not threatening you to do something for me. I'm saying do things right, man. Y'all stop all this damn backdoor meeting and talking to the mayor on phone. It's okay to talk to him if you're going to talk about something that we all know about. It's okay to talk to each other if you're going to be talking about something that's going to make this entire community better. But I be damn if it's going to make it better if he going to get you to vote for somebody that's less qualified than the person that's already there because he's a white male. Now, there's something wrong with that. And we're going to be on y'all ass every step of the way. Now, that's one reason why these ministers meeting and everything. And I can tell y'all, I know how not to curse. I know how to act. I know how to conduct myself. But it's a very necessary meeting. These ministers wouldn't be meeting if you guys was doing what you're supposed to do. If you guys, again, and how is it that Tim Miller, I'm going to tell y'all, now, this here's a warning to you. I'm going to read Robert Rules of Order. I'm going to read City Ordinance. I'm going to read Mississippi law. I'm going to read federal law. If I find it and one of y'all violating and one of them, can we say the people that vote for Tim Miller ass again when he already been turned down by the city, even though it's something different? Our Attorney General ain't going to represent you. You're going to have to represent yourself. You're going to have to make bond. Because I'm sure going to bring charges up against you. I'm a proud complaint. If I find where you broke state law, and I'm real good at research, Richard. If I find where you broke the state law, I'm going to bring charges against you. I don't care who it is. I'm really being nice, Richard. I'm telling you the truth.
I understand what
I'm being saying. Nice. I'm not being I'm not assaulting people like I could. I'm not doing this verbal assault like I could. I'm really holding back, and only because of mutual respect. But damn it, I ain't gonna keep holding back. What good is it to hold back if they keep doing what they want to do? And all of you ran for office and you taking your oath already for this community. Not for y'all understand what they was giving us before. They was doing illegal shit. I'm just telling you the truth. Mm-hmm. And on a different note, Brunel resigned, folks, yesterday, I'm told. Lieutenant Coast, and so there's 2 lieutenants done resign. Now I'm going to see if this administration going to do this thing fairly, meaning that you're going to open up civil service, put it on the board, and let people that are qualified for the position take the test and pass it, as opposed to promoting people that are corrupt and going to do illegal things. So that's 2 lieutenant positions that's opening up. But I'm going to tell you, Richard, things are not going to change until you can go and get the most qualified person in the United States, but that person going to come to Meridian, Mississippi, not know anything about Meridian, Mississippi. And you still going to be taking us deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. Now, Mayor Smith, you can go down on the right side of history. Because the Barry and people like the Barrys gave you a lot of money or donated a lot of campaign, and you did a lot of meeting with them and you discussed and you told them what you're going to, sir, you have the keys to the store now. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Now, we've been lied to. We've been bamboozled. We've been cheated. We've been enslaved. Everything that you can do adverse to a person has been done to us as a people. So damn it, it's okay for you to do the same to them as long as you're doing right. See, I think ain't no such thing as a Piccadilly or a small sin. A sin is a sin. But when you do something good, I promise you, you give blessings just flow and flow and flow. And so I'm just calling on you, Mayor Smith, is to do the right thing by this city. Now, we look at your agenda, we see your heart ain't in the right place. You don't owe Craig Hitt shit. What you owe Craig Hitt? You don't owe him shit. He couldn't even vote for you. He didn't vote for you. If he don't live here, he's going to move back into this community. So why are you so beholden to Craig Hitt? Damn, what if I go back and get all my army brothers and then just empower them? Hell, I don't know them. I don't owe them anything. But Jimmy, you owe this community. This is a community that have given you your home, have given you your children, have given you, this community has given you everything that's prosperous for you and your family. And it's not right for you to not give this community the same thing that it deserves. You know what the problem is, Jimmy. Come on now, man. Come on. Tell the barrister, damn it, I'm just not listening to you anymore. I'm going to do what's right and what's fair for this community. And you know, until we start doing that, and you know what? The city don't even miss them that's gone because they weren't doing nothing. They don't miss Chris Reed. They don't miss Chris Reed. They don't miss Colston. They don't miss Brunel. They don't miss Howard Cole. Because they weren't doing nothing. But until you bring some good peoples back in here, this city going to continue to do this. And I called my son up. My son is gang affiliated. He's incarcerated. And anyway, I called him up. I didn't call him up. I got in touch with him. Hell, I done told it. But anyway, y'all know them inmates got phones. I texted him and I asked him, I said, what can be done in this community to bring people together and to stop all the violence among the different gang members? My son said, and I'm gonna quote him, he said, Dad, F them. He said, you tried. He said, you ran for office and you tried to make a difference and they didn't know, nobody voted for you or anything like that. I said, but son, I said, when little man's son got killed, that's close to family. That's our family. That's like our family because we all grew up together. I said, when innocent blood starts, that's what we got. He said, you right, Daddy. And he said, what I'm gonna do, he sent me everybody's name, the name of the people on the different gangs. And he said that a lot of the people that are we're gonna say the OGs or the older gangsters are in jail, and that the younger ones that are out here are not listening to the ones that are in jail. And I'm told that some of the ones out here not even listening to anyone, that these young folks are just basically just doing things like what they want to do, chasing the dollar or chasing the feeling. And I want to say this to those of you out there listening, we can always create a situation, but you can't control the outcome. And we can never, what I mean by that is that sometime when we create a situation, that situation don't end up like we expect it to. We just got to really come together, folks. I don't see no other way of doing this. And the meeting is going to take place at the end of this month. I don't see any of the gang leaders coming there, but I'm going to do all I can to reach out to them and try to get them to come. And so if any of you out there know any gang leader, no, I'm not going to call their name. If you know them, I would appreciate if you contact me. We're going to take a break in a few minutes. And when we come back, we're going to read your comments and take your phone calls again, and then we're going to close out this show. We'll talk about a few more things, but if any of you know those comments, did you ever pull up Inspire Song? Folks, I tell you what Inspire Walker did, she purchased the rights to the music to People Get Ready. And this is my first time hearing this song about a week ago, and I tell you folks, it's amazing, Richard. She has such a wonderful voice. And this girl here, her voice is so unique that she actually, in my opinion, can do what Lil Nas X did in Old Town Road. Mm-hmm. That's just how she wrote the words to it. She did use different words. And so we're going to play that song when we come back. And if you can you play it now, Dice, or you going to play it when we come back? Yeah, we come back, we're going to play that song, folks. And I promise you're going to really, really enjoy it. Dice, take us to break. Well, folks, I want to welcome you back to Reaching Out with Eddie. We open up the phone lines and Dice flash the number across the it's 627 5318. 601-627-5318 if you want to call in. But folks, one of the things I want to say is that Craig Hitt is not the most qualified person. Almost anyone at community development that you gave that job to would be more qualified than him. One of the things is I have a picture today, and Dice, let me know when you pull that video up of Inspire Walker from YouTube. I have a picture today of Scott Solid and Craig Hitt talking, and so here he is talking to someone that doesn't have the job yet. So again, they're conspiring. So you have these two strong male Republicans, two white male Republicans that are coming together and scheming already against whatever. I just don't think that he should be. I don't think that he should be confirmed. Jimmy Smith, it was disrespectful for you to give that job to Scott Solly. I don't know whether he's related to Sheriff Solly or not. Doesn't really make a difference who he's related to, but we got to get away from that. When Craig Hitt got that job about 5 or 6 years ago, or 7 or 8, or however long it was, maybe about 5 years ago, I don't know how long it was, one of the things he promised was to bring in new economic development into that city, and the only thing he did was he closed down the only Family Dollar. He closed it down. Family Dollar been closed down for 3 years, and he hadn't done anything since then. And so when Jimmy Smith become mayor, see, it seemed like that when one of us get in a position of power and authority, that what we do is that we go and get all our cronies and all our buddies and we give them a job, and that's what's hurting this city, Jimmy. We can do better, but we can't do what we've been doing all the time. We got to do something different. So bringing Craig Hitt up for confirmation because y'all were buddies, and folks, you can see Richard, they already talking about roads and things like that. So folks follow the money. So again, so it won't be long before Jimmy Smith be putting a bond before the city council, and it's gonna pass because you got the two Democrats gonna side with the Republican to continue to burden this community, continue to give this community not the most qualified person. I'm not satisfied with you giving us the least qualified person. I think that Mr. Adams is one of the most qualified person that could get that job of Parks and Recreation Development, so I don't have a problem with that. And then he's black male, strong black male, so that's good. That's a good example for our children. I do have a problem with Deborah Young getting a job, not because I have something against her, because she's not the most qualified person for that position. And so, again, you have other people that are more qualified. Rita Jacks, Chris Scott, Ed Ball, Bobby Davis. You can just go on and on and on and on and on. So it's just that Jimmy Smith, at some point in time, you're going to have to meet with the black community. You need to go over there and talk to those preachers, because before you make somebody chief of police, well, if they do it, then you can fire that person because it's an at-will position. So I got to ask this to Ms. Young. Do you really want this position that you're going to have to go to somebody like Rita Jacks, and I'll tell whether or not she's going to come in and do what needs to be done? Because if she becomes chief of police and she bring people like Bobby Davis back, if she bring people like Ant Ball back, if she take Rita Jacks and get her out of the mall and put her where she need to be at, then I'll know that she's the right person for that job, like making her a deputy chief or something like that. But if she don't get there and leave Rita Jacks, how you tell folks when she get the job, if she get it, is that she leave Rita Jacks over there at that mall? We know good we got the same old thing going on. Same old thing going on with Percy Bland. How is it that you going to replace Percy Bland and do the same shit he do, Jimmy? And I'm going to tell you what else I was told. I was told when the Bears want to know something, they send Jimmy Smith to talk to Percy, and Percy tell it, and then Percy talk about him on. Don't tell what they talked about, but using those what I call slide remarks and things like that to make Jimmy Smith appear incompetent. Like, y'all see what y'all got. Y'all should have kept me in there. Nah, Percy, we did the right thing getting rid of your ass. We rather if we get rid of crook and get a crook, then we can deal with the crook we got than the crook we had. Cause you when you left, look at all the people that's gone with you. Now, if somebody come in, now I know that. From what I understand, both Ramonda Walker and Ty Bell Lindsay have a college degree. If you have a college degree, then use it. That means you're highly intelligent. Ignorant as hell is for you to get in and do the same damn thing that the people before you did and think we're going to accept that. If there's investigations going on because of the way they're doing things, why would you get in here and not try to clean house and give us something better? It's ludicrous. Anything you want to say on that, Richard?
What I'm saying is, whenever you see something that's not right, you're supposed to speak out against it and report it to whoever's in authority to change it. When you do this, that makes your city more safe, the people begin to believe in you as your leaders to give a good report, a good job, and that's what this city needs.
Yeah.
On,
Go ahead.
on the other side, I came to rob, steal, and kill. What that means? Just what I said. I came to rob, steal, and kill. Who is this? Those that are doing destructive things behind the scene.
That's right. Very well said. And I got to say this is that if we have so many things that are going on in this city, but we can do better, but we're going to have to come together, and we're going to take our feelings out of it. And here's another thing I got to say this, is that look at all these lawsuits that the city of Meridian is involved with and facing. One of the first order of business for the new governing authority and this new administration is that you guys should sit down and settle these lawsuits. There's no way you should keep the cloud from the previous administration over the heads of these citizens right here. Now, you guys inherited this, but you can do something about it. Don't continue to take us down this rabbit hole and continue to pay these attorneys money to defend something when you're wrong, and you are wrong. When you misuse a government procedure, when you discriminate, when you unfairly promote other people. Stephen Redd actually have an issue with the city of Meridian. Jimmy Smith, do you realize that you have discriminated against that man? He's got solid balls, and you turn around and make a white male who's a subordinate of a college educated, advanced degree, PhD, who's his boss, assistant director, until you put someone there. He was the one that was in charge and gave him a position over him. Do you see what, man, this is not fair. This is discrimination. This is discrimination. This is unfair employment practices. Come on, Jimmy. What if this shit would happen to you? What if it happened to your child? What if it happened to your grandchild or your granddaughter? Come on, Jimmy, man, this shit ain't right. It's not fair to this community. Guys, let me know when you're ready to read in that. I said on my last time I was on the show that the population on the earth was closer to 6 billion, or it's closer to 9 billion, folks. So you have 9 billion peoples here on this earth. And so, and the reason why I was talking about that, I was talking about COVID. And I want to strongly suggest, folks, is that you do your research about COVID. Do your research about the COVID vaccination. Do your research about eugenics, how they have always wanted to decrease the population since the 1800s, and they came up with eugenics, and eugenics was the rule. And Hitler got it from America when he exterminated all those Jews. He just used a faster process instead of sterilizing, meaning they're removing prostates out of male and taking ovaries out of females. Instead of doing that, or outright eunuchs, he just put them in concentration camps and just killed them, because what he was trying to do, what Americans has always tried to do, is purify the race, and all this was done under the guise of depopulating the earth. So they've been wanting to do that, and now that they're doing that, folks, you got to look at everything, how they have reset the entire economy. They have reset the economy. They done came up with 2 different variants of COVID. What the hell's a Delta variant? Oh, so what they're trying to tell you really is that if you have taken the vaccination and you come down with COVID again, it's not the old COVID, it's the Delta variant. They got even a new one now here, and they saying herd immunity is not working. So you got to look at it. Why would they be so concerned about keeping everybody alive when they've never been concerned about that at no time in history? At no time in history. And how is it so important that everybody take this vaccination? What is it that the RNA going to tell the DNA to do to affect your life, your quality of life? What is it that you understand? Ribonucleic acid, RNA, is the message part of, I think it's DNA. I think that's, I don't know what it is. One of y'all know out there. Y'all gonna tell me what it is. I ain't gonna say it because I might say the wrong thing. Ain't too bad gonna say, look at him, all that college education. He don't know a dioxynucleic acid. That's what it is. I said it. See that, too bad? You shouldn't have called me out like that. Dice, you ready to read those comments? Are you ready to play that song? Okay, read some comments and then we're going to play this song up here. That's it right there. People get ready. Remixed by Inspire Walk. I'm looking at it. Okay, we're going to download it. Are you ready to read those comments? Folks, while Dice is over there getting ready, I want to say this. I am still on the side of the law. one of the things that Dice said when he came here early, when him and I have a conversation, and I have a conversation with him that are quite in depth. And Richard, one of the things that he said is that a lot of people don't understand what Dustin is doing, but he understands what he's doing. And what he mean by that, I think what he's talking about is that Dustin gave somebody $1 million bill. And I think he said he understands what he's doing is that at some point in time, basically, he's coming in, he's showing you how he's doing things. One of the things that came out is that Robert Jones was inconsistent. And what he's saying is that Dustin's going to be consistent. Now, you know, I understood that and I kind of respect. What's your opinion on that, Richard?
If he going to be consistent in what he does, make sure he do it with everybody. Everybody, not just a few. Everybody.
Yeah, I think what he said is that one of the things that was said, I think, attributed to him was that he was going to, if you're going to get out there and do certain things, then he's going to make sure that you go to jail, I guess, and with high bonds. And I'm paraphrasing right now. But, folks, I say this, and y'all know how I have so much respect for Mr. Markham, especially Mr. Markham. I'm just telling you, and Dustin, and I've always supported him and always been proud of his accomplishment. I'm still on the side of the law, Richard. I have to be. The reason why I say I'm on the side of the law, and I want to explain this to you guys out there, the reason why I'm on the side of the law says you should have a reasonable bail. Now, let's talk about what happened to Lil Man's son. Now, what happened to Lil Man's son was a capital crime. There's no bond on capital crime. See, so if you in the car with a person that did that to him, not only drive-by is a felony, and then it led to murder, that's 2 felonies. And anytime you have a felony on a felony, that's a capital crime, capital offense, and then there's no bond on that. And so I think I got a caller calling in. We'll take the call. Okay, caller, okay, caller, you're on the podcast.
What up, Mr. Hope? Can you hear me?
Yes, Lo, what's up, Lo? We've been missing in action. You haven't, but I have. Well, you know, the Dice Man had a death in his family, you know, and they did everything last Thursday, so, you know, we definitely weren't going to do a show then.
My condolences to you, Dice. Yeah, I heard about that a death in the family. I have a sister up there in the hospital right now fighting for her life.
Well, I hope she'll be okay.
When you discuss the COVID vaccine, it's actually a touching moment for me. You know, you spoke of depopulation. You got a lot of kids out here that follow this now because they have a father here on earth that don't even do anything for them.
That's right.
And I'm one of the ones that was a critic of the vaccine. And I taken the first vaccine, and I'm due to take my second one on the 22nd. Now, here's the thing, Mr. Hope.
Okay.
They did not say that the vaccine would stop you from catching the COVID. It said it would lessen your chance. Now, here's the thing. You got a lot of people don't taking the vaccine, and they walking around without a face mask. So, of course, they can catch COVID again. You got nurses sitting up there at the nurses station in the hospital without a face mask, going inside the room, changing drip, taking a patient's blood pressure without a face mask. When my sister was admitted in the hospital, she was COVID-free. She caught COVID while she was up there in the hospital, which is ridiculous. She fighting for her life.
Excuse me, what did she go to the hospital for?
Let me touch on Dustin Markham, the $1 million bond. Now, let me tell you this, Gray. Mm-hmm. The $1 million bond, it ain't going to stop these thugs from shooting up the city.
That's right.
There was offenders, possible suspects that had $1 million bomb in the past up on the Sherry Berry administration. Did the crime stop? Absolutely not. It went skyrocket. There was a good many people that was brought in during Chris Reed time being the police chief. And guess what happened? You yourself know, you're a witness of this, because the parents of those alleged suspects came on your podcast.
That's right.
They boys were innocent. And when they went to court, they was released. So I don't agree with setting $1 million bond. I don't know what kind of message is that sending. It's not going to stop the crime from happening. It's not. It's not. What they need to do is put some program in place and give these kids an opportunity, give them something to do instead of wanting to just, you know, I understand somebody go out there and kill somebody. Your ass needs to face the music.
That's right.
But giving somebody $1 million bond is not setting the tone, and it's not going to stop the crime.
That's right.
When I was little coming up great, crime was nowhere like it is now. Nowhere like it is now.
That's right.
You got these young folks around here as young as 12 on drugs. On drugs. And some of them don't want to listen. Someone don't want to listen. So I don't know what we can do to help curb the crime. But when you come to Craig Hicks, I totally agree with you. He ain't got no business being no community development department head when you have Stephen Red there with a doctor's degree. You know, I talked to a counsel. I'm not going to say the person's name, but during the campaign and even after the race, echo in my ear, we not going to do this recycling. We going to move on to better things. We going to pick the most qualified person. But now it's a different tone. And check this out. Council told me that Jimmy Smith don't want them talking to the department head. They have to go through him. Okay, if they have to go through him, then why do your department head reach out? Why do your potential department head reach out to me, wanting to sell themselves to me so I will confirm them in? So if you don't want me talking to the department head, I don't want your potential candidate calling my phone.
That's right.
I don't want your potential candidate coming up to that podium telling me all them damn lies of what they'll do if they confirmed it in. They'll tell you anything to get confirmed in, and then once they in the seat, they don't do nothing. Look how many years Craig Hicks was the supervisor. You ain't seen no damn changes. Look how long Tim Miller was a temporarily CAO. He was a fire chief. You gonna put him as CAO? I totally disagree with those 2 points right there. Tim Miller and Craig Hicks, I completely disagree with those 2 appointments right there. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Look, all those years they've been in office, you ain't seen no damn changes. So what changes they gonna make now? You know Jimmy Smith is a one-term mayor.
That's right. That's right.
But that's all I have to say, Gray.
Thank you, Lo, for calling in. And folks, I appreciate that. And I want to say this. I want to touch on a couple of things. One, when she said that her sister went to the hospital, and meaning that she had to been sick already. And that's one of the things I was going to say is that most of the people that are dying from COVID have associative other underlying illnesses. When you look at the people that are dying strictly from just COVID, the number is very small. Okay, we're going to take Lolo again. You on the call? You on the air, caller?
Hello, what is Richard doing?
Oh, he just said, I thought that was Lo caller back. Richard is there. How you doing, caller?
This is Waller.
This is who?
Waller.
Wilder.
Waller.
Oh, yeah, I know who it is. Oh, go ahead. What's up with your walk? Boy, I ain't seen you in a while. I need to come out there and
eat.
eat.
You neither, man. Where you at?
Hey,
you up against a wall, boy. You up against a wall.
Yeah, it seemed like that, but I'm probably like about 3 or 4 feet from the wall.
Oh, you doing good, though. You talk, boys. I'm proud of you, boy.
Well, you know I'm proud of your accomplishments, too. Thank you for coming in. Hey, look here, I'm coming out there Sunday night. I'm going to bring my new wife with me.
Uh-oh. All right, baby.
All right, talk to you later. We grew up together, man. We done ate out the same plate, slept in the same bed, man. That's my brother right there. Yeah. But thanks. But anyway, so, you know, you have those underlying. And definitely what I wanted to say about this thing about high bonds, I'm not in agreement with that. Because I'm on the side of the law, and the law says that you should have a bond. And the law has laws in place that will deal with you when you break those laws. If you start changing those laws and treating everybody different based on maybe station or what they're doing, then that in itself is not fair. That's not fair. If you're going to give everybody $1 million bond that commit a crime, then that would be cruel and unusual punishment for everybody. So I'm on the side of the law, and the reason why I'm on the side of the law is that I have 4 trumped up charges on me now, and those charges haven't been dismissed. So if I'm going to let people not go according to the law, then that means that I'm going to go through the system, and I'm going to end up fighting for my very life, and it already done caused me and Law a great deal of money, but those charges are still there. So I'm going to always be on the side of the law. So when people come before a city court judge, a justice court judge, a circuit court judge, a county court judge, and they don't have facts, if they don't have evidence, case dismissed. Okay, we'll take this caller. I bet this low. Hello, caller, you on the podcast.
Hey, Ed, it's Anthony Ball.
Hey, Ant, how you doing? But it's the second time I'm wrong. I'm not guessing anymore. Okay, Ant, how you doing, Ant?
I'm doing fine.
Thanty you for
calling in. I
told
you I would call in today.
Okay, well, thank you. What is that you want the people to know?
Well, the people need to know that the city of Meridian is not going to get any better until they put somebody in place that has any problems with calling out veterans, officers that have gone that wasn't ready to leave but will be willing to come back to help somebody that really want to be helped.
That's right. And what about tell the people who you are and what you used to do with the city and what you're doing now.
My name is Anthony Ball. I was the gang investigator for the city when this stuff was actually under control, and I was one of the ones that when I was deployed, I got terminated while I was on military leave.
Yeah, that's right. And he's also one of the people that probably have a suit against the city of Meridian or will in the future. And this is something that the current administration need to address.
Yes, and I warned them a while back when all this stuff was going on that it was going to get worse.
And it's definitely doing
because
that.
you had people in position taking money from these gang members and pleasing them, and now it's done caught up with them. They don't respect them anymore. They have figured out that nobody's going to police them anymore.
Well, and is there anything else you want to tell the people? Appreciate you calling in.
Yes, stand strong, but the people, I got to let the people know that the people that voted for Jimmy, you getting just what you asked for. He told you he wasn't going to do nothing, so he's not doing nothing. So guess what? Now you got to live with it.
That's right. That's right.
He didn't give you no plan. He didn't tell you what he was going to do to stop this stuff. And now you got to live with it.
That's right. And
you got 4 years of it.
That's right. Well, we hope it's not 4 years. And I hope that he can get on board and take his emotions out of it and start bringing veterans officers back, such as yourself and Chris Scott, even Detective Van, even Bobby Davis, and definitely Rita Jackson needs to be promoted in a position that she deserved to be in. I don't care where. He can't get nobody more qualified.
You got to get people that officers wouldn't mind working for. Bobby Davis would be a prime example. If you bring him back and put him over the patrol division, there's people will come back and work for him.
That's right. That's right.
And just put people in place that's been working for this town, and the people know, and the people right now, there's nobody down there the people want to talk to.
Or know or respect.
They don't trust anybody. Yeah. You don't have informants killed. So I'm talking about who wants to talk to somebody that's going to go in the courtroom and blabber their name out.
And even now you have, what's his name? Joe, I forgot his name, but anyway, he's not there anymore. He used to be a police officer. He was a sergeant that helped solve the murder out there on Highway 39 at the bank, the white lady. With him being gone, that compromised the case, doesn't it?
Oh, the case is already compromised. Unless that person take a plea, they're going to have to kick it.
Yeah, wow. Well,
and it's a shame, but when you do stuff to people and make them disgruntled and they leave on bad terms because of what you done to them,
Joseph Peters, that was his name.
Joseph Peters.
Yeah, Joseph Peters, that was his name. Well, thanks for calling in. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right. And folks, that was Ant Baum. Of course, he was wrongfully terminated, and the advisor was the chief of police then when that happened. So I don't see how that's gonna happen when you have the advisor there. But again, I don't have anything against the chief Dubose doing that, but it happened while he was there. So again, if you have people that are not gonna do what's right, then the city things gonna continue. We're gonna fall deep and deep in the rabbit hole. Dice, you got some of those comments you ready to read? Or what about the video? You ready to play the video yet?
Yeah, you gonna do it first or what?
Yeah, let's play the video. That way you guys can comment on the video. So we're gonna play the video. This is Inspire Walker, folks. I mean the music, the setting, everything just great.
Touching your soul, you gotta realize you're created in the image that creates from the inside out through the power of your mind. You got men, women, boys and girls, straight hair, natural, dreads and curls. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, it all starts from the inside out. Got to learn to master your mind. A world searching for the one true master. Battling, is it this one or is it that one? Should we call Master Jesus or should we call Master Buddha? Should we say God or should we say universe? Should we say spirit or should we say energy? Should we look to science or theology? All I can do is tell my story. From there, the true master who get the glory. Some call me friend and some call me enemy. Some call me amber and some call me inspired. Yes, I'm daughter and then I'm sister. Sometimes like a mother and then I'm a lover. No matter the perception, it doesn't matter, for it does not change me. I am who I am. The only thing that changes is the perception, for it still remains. I am who I am. I am who I am. I am who I am. You gotta master your mind. People get ready, got inspiration coming, created from the inside out through the power of your mind.
Folks, I tell you, that song there is just awesome. I mean, she's gifted. I mean, the setting, her moves, everything, how she looked, everything, her voice, unique. I mean, one of a kind. I mean, she just have if she was to just go in that direction and promoting that song or just promoting herself, she could just be the next Rihanna, the next Beyonce or greater. But she definitely has a talent there. And I just wanted to play that for you guys so that you guys know the kind of talent that we have right here in Meridian, Mississippi. And that's, of course, that's her uncle. Her Ron is her.
That's her uncle.
That's her uncle, yeah, because that's Tavia's uncle, so that's her great uncle.
Right.
Yeah, that's her great uncle. So again, my condolences to that family and everything. And Dice Man, read those comments to her. Richard, what you think about that song?
I like it. I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's very talented, man.
There's a lot of research in it.
Yeah.
Words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still sitting on some music she did years ago, man.
She needs to get it out there because she really could. And, you know, she always wants to make a difference in her community. Really could make a difference in this community if you use your music, you know, because the music will propel her out there and bring her the resources.
She's a very conscious writer, man.
Yeah,
she's an excellent writer.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was great. Kudos to you on that.
Yes, indeed. Okay. We got Joanne Holt says, good evening, brother.
Hey, sis.
Tristan B. Hampton says, hello, guys.
Hi.
Hey, Tristan.
Hey, Tristan. Tristan also says, peace and blessings to you all.
Same to you.
Thank you. Louise Jones says, hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, Miss Jones.
Hey, Miss Jones. Dominique Jenkins says, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Emery Howe says, so glad you're playing Inspired Song.
What's up, Emery? Yeah. First time hearing it, you know. And I mean, wow. I listen to it all the time. I can just play it over and over.
Yeah. Okay, Tristan B. Hampton says she sung that song.
She sure did.
She did.
3 years ago.
Yep. That tells you it's timeless right there.
Yeah.
Chandra Lynch says, hello, everyone.
What's up, niece?
Emery Howe says, Deborah Young shouldn't be considered for the position. She's retired.
That's right.
Let me see. We got some more here. Okay. Emery Howe also says, Rita Jack is present, experienced, and people have voiced they want her.
And plus, she can talk to the game leaders, the game members. She can talk to everybody. Rita is like the girl next door. Like everybody. She can talk to everybody. She have respect from everybody. Man, if you want to fix this, Jimmy, come on now. And you'll appreciate this. I promise you would, Jimmy. Give her a chance.
Okay. Dominique Jenkins says, Rita Jack wants the job. I talked to her today.
Yep, she wants it.
And Loretta Bennett says, they have Rita Jack at the mall on that building, and there's no running water nor bathroom inside the building, and COVID is real.
Wow.
She also says, what if an innocent person charged with murder and receive $1 million bond? Isn't that like taking away a person's freedom?
Yeah, it is.
Felicia Brown says, hello, guys. She has a beautiful voice. I love the song, how she changed it.
Yeah, so I'm sure she said thank you, Miss Brown.
Yes. Go down a little bit. Tristan B. Hampton says, music video shot by Tristan B. Hampton and edited by Inspire Walking. Just saying, LOL.
Hey, and that is true. Tristan B. Hampton is the one did it. She sure did shoot it. Y'all did an excellent job.
Did a
Y'all
great job.
Yeah. And so it's a bright future for you too, Tristan.
Yep. I didn't know.
Yeah. It's on there. And I'm sorry I didn't say that, but good point. Ain't no LOL. Shoot, that's factual, and we're proud of you and her and what y'all did with that. Y'all did an excellent job.
Yes, indeed. Crazy G-Ma says, good afternoon, guys.
Hey, Crazy G-Ma.
And that's it, man.
Well, anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah. There's a destructive force out there who's trying to destroy what the peoples are trying to bring forward. And because of this, we are losing the important part of our life. Why? Because we are not paying attention to what's going on behind us. This is not something just started. It's been in work for years.
Yeah. Anything you want to say, Dice?
No, I'm good, man.
What I want to do is say my condolences to everybody. Any more comments that we need to read before we close out? I just want to say this is that I want to thank you guys for listening, and my condolences to the families again. And those of you that I didn't mention, you have families that are fighting for you. Lola, I hope your sister be okay, because it's always hard when you lose a loved one. And so my condolences to all of you guys, and anything we can do to help you here reaching out, feel free to contact us. I want to thank you for listening in. My brother's still in the hospital. I don't know a lot about him yet, but we're going to find out. But he's still in ICU, that last I knew about it. I know a tuber saying, bruh, not it ain't too bad. I believe Richard thinking this, or Lawson thinking this. Richard is thinking it, and the Dice Man probably thinking, how is it your brother? You don't know. But sometimes you don't want to deal with things. And I want to thank you guys for listening here. Y'all have a good evening. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Tell somebody, watch Reaching Out. Peace.